Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Whew, this bag is kind of heavy. All right, so we're getting ready to go ahead and plant out our snaps in this section, and on the other side I do have to section them off a little bit where they're not taking up the entire bed, because I do have some Lysianthus that also need to go in here as well. So I don't know if I'm going to do it in like sections or how I'm going to do it, or front to back, left to right. I'm not really sure. They all get fairly on the tall side, but I think what I'm going to do, since the sun comes from this back corner and then heads in this direction towards the left front side of our house, I am going to basically just allow each of them to shade or block each other out in their own groups. So snaps all clustered together, and then do them maybe in block formation that way. I'm thinking, because the Lysianthus are smaller, that I will keep them more on the right side of the bed and do all the snaps on the outside on each side, just because then the Lizzies will get the sun, then they'll go over to the snaps as it passes throughout the day, and it won't be shading them out from the snaps, since they are so much taller than the Lizzies, and it's going to take a little while for them to catch up. But first, I'm going to put the rest of this soil on either side to kind of build it up a little bit more than what I have here, and I think that would make for a great medium for all of the plants to go in. They look really great. They have flopped a little bit just because of the crazy cold frost that we got, and it is not normal for us to get these kinds of cold temperatures back to back regularly. Normally we get maybe snow every couple of years, but these kinds of frosts where it was 70 and then dropped sharply down to 30s and below with rain, ice, it was pretty crazy. So they are looking a little unhappy, but they are bouncing back. And I did not lose any Lysianthus because I did leave them out. I was not realizing it was going to get that freezing cold outside. All right, let's just get this in the ground and get this done. I do have twine that I'm going to come back through and zigzag in between these posts, but I don't really need to do that right now. I know a lot of people are like, oh, because if you don't do it now, it's hard to get back to it later, but I will certainly get back to it later. And I might need another middle one. I'm not sure. I guess it just depends on how I tie everything off, just to give them a little bit more tension to hold everything up. I have a little bit of twine. I think I can get at least one bed done, and we'll just go from there, and I'll grab some more real quick at some point and finish off getting everything together. I'm also going to read the back of the paper to see how far I'm supposed to put them apart. Usually it's between 6 and 9 inches roughly, is for many of the things that I've read. 6 to 9 inches is usually how far you should put them apart. But if you zigzag everything instead of just completely straight in a row, if you offset them, you might be able to get a little bit closer spacing, just because you're taking up room of the negative space you wouldn't normally take up. But we're just gonna go for it. Probably shouldn't be stepping all over it because I'm compacting it a little, but I'm going to zhuzh it back up, and it's fresh soil that I just put down the last week or two. Put some on this side, and I'll put some on the other side. And they said 6 to 12 inches. I don't think I pinched any of these on this tray. I did some on the other ones, but I'm not going to be too fussy about how close or how far apart they are. I'm just going to go ahead and get them in there, kind of zigzag them, and we're just going to call it done. I'm so excited. I've never grown these kinds of flowers in this way before, in like a true cut kind of formation. So I was thinking about maybe also just getting a little bit of wood to put right here along the sides and kind of zhuzh it in place. Nothing that would stay permanent, but maybe something that's a little bit more removable for the season, and maybe do something like that. But I just did the grocery bags just because I think that helps to keep the weeds out for at least the entire season. I don't think there's going to be any grass or anything growing in here that quickly over the next few months for this amount of soil that I have placed. And if you didn't see the other video that I posted when I set up these beds, I do not have any kind of landscape fabric. I just have your regular old um, paper grocery bags. Okay, guys, we have gotten them all in the ground. I'm going to turn you around to give you a peek of what they look like at a better angle. So I have to clean up my mess over there, but everybody looks pretty good. I have definitely seen some differences between the ones that had one seed per cell and those that were maybe exposed to a little bit better wind during the early stages of their infancy. But other than that, they all look like they're doing pretty good. I did cluster the poppies because I've read that they don't like their root disturbed too much, but I did separate one cluster that had like 5 or 4 and see if that disturbed them too much where they don't like it. And we'll see an experiment on if you're really gentle and you get them in quick, maybe they won't care too much. Got this other side done. I did leave a portion right here for the Lysianthus. Most of them are about 4-ish inches, maybe a little closer together in a zigzag pattern. I mostly stuck with that on this side versus the other side, but I think they will be okay. I will come and look at them every once in a while just to make sure they're doing fine. They'll get watered in later today. I can already feel the temperature dropping just a little bit, and the clouds are coming over for that rain. I do have some leftover snaps that I'll probably pop in my mom's garden somewhere. If not, I will dapple them out throughout the garden or in the flower beds that I have behind me, and well, the boxes that I have behind me, and see how they do. I think they'll be just fine though, and everything's looking pretty darn good. All right, guys, that is it. We got everything in the ground. I will go back later and tie everything off so that they can stand in all their glory when they start to get even bigger than they are now. Hopefully, they won't fall over and snap because we do have quite a bit of wind and they're a little bit on the floppy side, mostly due to the frost that we got. Kind of weakened them a little bit, I think, even though they're said to be able to handle a little bit of a frost. We'll see how they do and how they pull through. I also have, which is kind of funny that I'm doing it now, but I have a little test that I want to get started. It is a soil test kit from Redmond's. I was supposed to do that last year, and it was kind of at the end of the season when I got the kit. Take a little sample of out of all of the garden beds, kind of mix it up together and see what the garden needs. I do the same thing in all the beds, so everybody gets about the same of everything. So I think it will be a good representation on how the soil is in the backyard. So we'll see how that goes. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.